Right, hello everyone, welcome back to part 9 of the GTA Vice City 100% walkthrough, and on this episode we're going to crack on with the ambulance missions. I did say earlier on that I intended to do them sooner rather than later, and there was a reason for that. The prize is good. It's 150 on your health, so straight away of course the missions will get harder as we progress, and it's beneficial to get them out of the way sooner rather than later. I generally not a big fan of the ambulance missions actually. I think they are a bit annoying, to be honest, a bit repetitive. So there might be times where I'm not really concentrating too much because there's nothing else much to add to what I'm doing at the time. But generally I'll give a few pointers on what I'm doing and why I'm grouping the patients in a certain way. I mean, one pointer for sure is to ensure it actually spawns, because there seems to be no ambulance here, so as is normal I'll sort of drive off out of spawn range and hope one comes back. But comparing again to GTA 3, if anyone watched the walkthrough of that, I despise the ambulance mission on that game. It is absolutely probably the hardest GTA mission of all, to be honest, in terms of patience, because the cars aren't really that durable, they're pretty weak. On Vice City it's not really much of a problem actually. They say that it's still failable if you don't keep too close an eye on like the health of your ambulance and stuff. Like as you see now, there's no way I'm going to be speeding too much if it comes to like an intersection where there's two cars alongside each other. Then yeah, I'm not going to force my hand too much. The timer is pretty kind here on this game. But that was the problem, GTA 3, just making sure that you had the patience required to avoid damaging the car too much. I think in all the mission will probably take about 35-40 minutes perhaps. So basically driving any car that long can be a bit difficult. But I do think the ambulance and the actual route on Vice City is a lot more favourable than GTA 3. For one, something I've mentioned on our page earlier on in the walkthrough, you get a lot less gang heat on this game. It's virtually invisible, to be honest. The only gang at the end who hate you are the Haitians, and at this point of the game they're not even on the games. They're on the other island. They only appear on like rampages and stuff. So straight away we don't have to worry about any gunfire or anything like that. It's just my driving that is the sole focus of this run. So yeah, I wouldn't consider it a particularly difficult mission. It's just a trial of patience, to be honest, and the only things I could advise is make sure you know the roads well surrounding Ocean Beach, the various shortcuts onto the beach itself, because you'll find a lot of people, like it did then, will spawn on the beach, and this goes two ways. When you're doing one or two pickups like this now, it can be annoying because as you can see this guy's pretty far away compared to the other one. But later on in the walkthrough, when you sort of get a lot more spawning and that, you're getting 12 people and you're going around and trying to group them together and stuff, then it's actually better to have them on the beach because you can just sort of follow this up that way, go north and that, and just really group them together a lot quicker. And yeah, as you'll see later on, it sort of works out a bit better, the plot on where the hospital is on this island. So I don't know where I'm going. I was about to head back to the hospital then, but at least I'll lead this guy. You can carry 3 patients at a time in this ambulance, so it's no bother until you start getting to 4 patients and so on. So yeah, later on it will become more relevant in terms of how I group the pickups and stuff once I get to multiples. You know, your 4, your 7, your 10, then you start having to put 4th into it and that. But another advantage on this game is that unlike GTA 3 you have an in-game map like thus. It won't show now of course because I've just picked up both patients, but you can pause it and actually plot a route if it becomes too difficult and work out who you want to pick up and when. The discernible advantages, of course, is just time. It's a lot better, I find, on the later levels if you have enough time to do it, to pick up the patients further away. After naturally grouping them together, you will have natural groups, you know, you'll have 3 later on, maybe spawned by Cortezes. You'll have, say if you got 6 on the beach, then by all means you go and get your 3 on the beach first, then your other 3. I mean, this really isn't favouring me so far. It's like, look where these are spawned, these are all in different locations, so it's not an ideal example of grouping. This is just sort of like, oh, don't know, get the one nearest kind of thing. But make sure you drive carefully. I mean, the roads around here are a bit annoying because you can see they're so tight that even like edging past them and taking a bit of damage. But the ambulance is one of the harder vehicles on the game in terms of durability and strength and just handling. To be honest, I've never really had that much of a problem actually driving ambulances as opposed to some other vehicles that you think might be better. I mean, it went on its 2 wheels then, but if you handbrake and stay on the roads, then it shouldn't be too much of a problem like that. It sort of still stays upright. Just avoid like driving over like grassy mounds or anything that might topple it. Because of course, once this goes up, that's it. You're only allowed 1 ambulance per mission. And this might be a perfect example actually of grouping. As you can see, I've got 2 that I can access from the beach, so I did pick the first right one straight away. Follow this up around there then, that one at the top, I'll pick him up and work my way back around, but it's something that will, yeah, it'll take a while because of the road system on Vice City. I think it's just, there aren't many roads that are sort of straight down, but I mean, I'm still a little rusty on the game. I've only done 8 parts before in this walkthrough, and it's been a while since I did this mission, of course. Last time I did a Vice City walkthrough was about, I don't know, a year and a half ago maybe. So as we go along in the mission, it's it definitely does help doing the ambulance missions straight away because of map awareness and stuff, and knowing where to go and when to go and stuff as well. So don't know why he's not coming across. It's a bit obvious, of course, but make sure you don't run them over, and I don't know, park up somewhere where you know, say if you're near water or something, you park up and you know he's going to run across and get himself in water or run over or something. You can put the sirens on. I'm just trying to do it, it won't work. There we go. This of course helps. It will direct the vehicles off the road, except other emergency vehicles like this policeman who's just inching along the twat. This taxi driver, I don't know what he's doing. Alright, it's not the prime example. I put the sirens on, it actually slowed me down and then some, so yeah, 3 levels out the way. I mean, it's by no means a quarter the way through, because it does get a lot longer, you know. You're probably actually halfway through in terms of passengers dropped off at about level 8. Some of them come naturally. For instance, I think it's actually best to pick up the one nearest the hospital first in this round, because I'll get the one on the bottom, then I can follow the beach round. So yeah, I'll head that way. Don't always be tricked by the radar. I think always when you're getting to the point where you're going to make 2 drops, just check your in-game map and sort of plot it around them. But as far as spawn points are, you do get the odd awkward one, like this. It ain't too bad actually, but I think I found that more in Vice City Stories. There's one infamous spawn point on the ambulance missions where a guy was like on a dock and the ambulance actually couldn't even get there. So Vice City's a bit fairer, I think, because most of these in time will be on the beach. So as long as you, yeah, how high did that one go? So as long as you sort of don't overkill the speed on the beach and don't take too many harsh turns, and you see, be wary of how they spawn. As you see that and stuff like that. I nearly run over that woman. Yeah, as long as you're careful basically and you take it easier when you're actually picking up the patients, then I really can't think of too many ways to fail this mission, to be honest. I mean, I can't tell whether this car's smoking or it's just the beach, but obviously when it starts smoking, don't concern yourself too much. I mean, you have plenty of time in this mission, really do. It's not like GTA 3, which tended to give you time based on the distance of the furthest passenger away, regardless of sort of how difficult it might be to reach them. Say for instance the other island was available and a passenger came up on the other island, then it would give me a lot less time then, even though you have to sort of go a long way round. I think the Vice City sort of works it out for you and really does give common sense a bit more in the pickups. You can see that'll sort of happen if you do try and approach someone else who's once your ambulance is full. But making steady progress. And I'm going to call it an episode there, guys, so I hope you continue with me as I crack on these ambulance drop-offs. I forgot to stick my clock on, so I'm not sure actually much time it's been, but I'll finish this level first. So I doubt it's been 15 minutes yet. The beauty of Ocean Beach is that it is quite short in terms of the drop-offs. Yeah, the furthest one you get, for some reason, I don't know why it does this, but it doesn't like have the patients all over the island. They're sort of in the bottom half of it, if you like. As you see, that one there is most northerly. But anyway, I'm going to call this an episode and we'll carry on with the ambulance mission in level 5 next episode, so I'll see you there.